Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Binti Sanatun Hamidah. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here I will explain about ICT in English language teaching. The breakthrough of informational and communicative technologies, or ICT, has utterly shaped our modern life. ICT is the term that is currently used worldwide to describe new technologies which depend mainly on computers nowadays. Even the traditional technologies such as radio, television, and telephone are considered as ICT. Basically, information handling tools, a varied set of goods, applications, and services that are used to product, store, process, distribute, and exchange information. They include the old ICT of radio, television, and telephone, and the new ICT of computer, satellite, and wireless technology, and the internet. These different tools are now able to work together and combine to form our network world, a massive infrastructure for an interconnected telephone service, standardized computing hardware, the internet, radio, and television, which reach into every corner of the globe. Information and communication technologies in ELT. Teachers of English around the world prefer some form of communicative teaching and learning rather than the traditional method of ELT, which dominate the teacher-centered approach and neglect the students' communication skills. The teacher-centered approach depends mainly on the learner's memory and did not care about the authentic use of language. Although a successful EFL teacher is not necessarily restricted to one method or another, the ICT have changed the pace of teaching strategies to suit the goals of his material and the needs of his students. On the other hand, ICT have given the students many opportunities to practice English in and out the classroom. With the help of the modern technologies, they have time and freedom to understand, reflect, and analyze what have been exposed to. Moreover, the ICT put forward an influential base for efficient education. Now, we need the modern technologies for a better blended method of delivery to create effective teaching techniques to enhance the process of learning English language. Next, the impact of ICT on ELT. No doubt, motivation is the cornerstone in the process of acquiring or learning a foreign language. Therefore, learners usually have a positive attitude toward computer, even though the modern technologies are taught as work. Their advantages are acknowledgeable. Over its pitfalls, no doubt, they have significant positive impact on ELT. The following are some of them. A. Availability of materials. ICT are very stimulating because of the availability of the learning materials, whether it is computer-based, on the web, or on CDs. Therefore, the students can learn at their own pace with a very patient tutor, the machine. Meanwhile, the use of online telecommunication for teaching and learning via the computer in the classroom across the world will consolidate the improvement of different academic skills. B. Student attitudes. ICT have positive effect on student attitude toward the language teaching and learning. Students felt more successful in school, were more motivated to learn and have increased self-confidence and self-esteem when using computer-based interaction. This was particularly true when the technology allowed learners to control their own learning. C. Autonomy. Students have the opportunity to choose the elements of language which they want to focus on meeting their learning strategies or learning style. Here, the learner-centered approach is supported by these facilities offered by the ICT, while the traditional technique approaches fail to give such opportunities. The student feels free to practice the language without fear from the others at their own pace and pace. D. Authenticity. ICT provides authentic learning environment because the learner can interact with others across the continent are very motivating to the language learner. Confronting such challengeable situation is the touchstone for using the language in authenticity, not artificially. The ICT as tool for learning are very motivational. However, they are very attractive and accessible. E. Help teachers. ICT help the teacher to prepare, project, store, and retrieve their material easily quizzes. Exercise help in saving the teacher's time despite the opportunities and facilities offered by the modern technologies and assisting better teaching, but they do not replace it. So far, the skillful teacher is the only person who is shouldering the responsibility of delivering and achieving the technology's goals. F. Student Center. ICT help the student be exposed to language clockwise and definitely they help them to write and edit their work in order to produce a well-published work. Likewise, computer encourage students to do extra work outside the classroom, play language games, and hopefully extra exposed to the language and improve their progress in the language and support the student-centered concept. Via the computer and the internet, the students will be able to communication with others in different ways. G. ICT and Self Assessment. The examination generally tests the reading and writing skill of the students, totally neglecting the listening and speaking skills, which are indispensable skills for the learners in their future career. The listening capacity can be tested through computer-assisted packages, like listening to a dialogue or passage and answering the question, or listening to lecture, and then answering short question or true or false statement. It will enhance their talent for taking international tests because many competitive exams follow such a pattern. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.